Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Steve,
And I'm Ryan.
and welcome to another episode of The Last Podcast You'd Want. How we doing, everybody? I know that it has been a couple weeks since I have put out a new episode. Busy, busy, busy in the world of Steve. Video games, lots traveling, lots of other stuff. How we doing, more importantly? Ryan, how are you? Welcome back.
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me back. Um, I have been watching a lot of movies and, just always consuming.
Right?
That's
It's what we're always doing. We're either consuming video games or we're consuming movies. I am on Calamity Ganon on Breath of the Wild. I know that the new game comes out tonight.
yes.
Um, so I don't know when I will be buying that. It's very rare for me to buy a
I
game at full price right now.
I
So
pre-ordered it, and it's $10 more than normal Switch games. But I pre-ordered it. It's coming in tomorrow. Can't wait to play it. I'm
you
gonna
you
be
must be are you spoiler free on the game or
completely spoiler free. I don't know. I mean, I've seen the trailers. I know some people have avoided all the trailers, but
sure?
um,
My buddy told me one spoiler today. I won't spoil it for you, but I am super excited for when I do get the chance to eventually play that game. So
very cool.
let's jump into this real quick with some IMDb birthdays. I'm going to name the actor actress. You're going to have to guess the age, and then we'll go ahead and get into the movie, the show with the movie we're going to be talking about.
All right.
So if you don't happen to know the actor actress, please let me know, and I will go ahead and I'll give you titles that they have been in.
Okay.
But we are going to start with Mr. Tim Blake Nelson.
Oh boy. Okay, give me a movie he's been in.
Yeah,
I'm
of
familiar
course.
with him, but
I'm going to say The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Is that what it's called
yes,
on Netflix?
Scruggs,
I
Buster
believe that.
Scruggs.
Yeah, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. He was also in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
I'm gonna say 62.
Very close, 59.
Ah, okay. All right, not as old.
All
All
right.
right.
No, that's okay. Also celebrating a birthday today, Miss Pam Ferris.
Okay, I'm not familiar with Pam Ferris.
No, that's all right. I didn't think you would be. Once I give you your titles, you're definitely going to know. Once my IMDb wants to load, you're going to know her from Matilda
Huh.
as Miss Trunbull. She's also in Death to Smoochie as Tommy Cotter.
Oh, love Death to Smoochie. I'm gonna
Tell him the story about the man that loses his fucking head with an axe.
I'm gonna guess I'm gonna guess 68. 70 no
Ooh,
74.
oh, so close. 75.
Ah, okay. All right. Okay.
All
Okay.
right, celebrating a birthday today. I'm going to tell you right after where she's from because I don't think you'll know the name, but you'll know who she is. Mary Elizabeth Ellis. Do you know
I
it?
know her. She's the wife of
Oh,
Charlie Day.
she is.
I'm gonna guess she's 40, 46.
You're getting so close with these 44.
Oh man.
I love how close you are truly getting. Let's see here. Let's see if there's another good one. Oh, I hate him in all the movies that he's in because he plays such an asshole. Nicky Cat.
I don't know Nikki Cat.
Nicky Cat, have you seen Dazed and
Yeah.
Confused? Yeah, I'm smoking marijuana. What about it?
Okay. Okay. That's gonna be another older person.
What if me and my friends like getting high, huh? What's the big deal?
I'm
Sorry.
gonna guess 58.
53. You're
Oh
getting like
my
so
god.
close, like in these age ranges. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I think that's gonna be the last one, real one. Here, I'll give you a last good one, and I need to pull up already because I know the face, but I don't remember what he's in. The actor, oh, there you go, Colby Bell. You're gonna know him if you watched the TV show Burn Notice.
Oh, okay.
He
Okay.
played Jesse Porter.
Okay. I guess another 50-year-old, 53.
He is 48.
Fuck. Okay. All right.
No, that's all right. Those are our IMDb birthdays. So we both went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in the theater. I have a habit. I write down the trailers of the movies that I go to see. And oh boy, they went all out with these trailers.
Yep.
We got Mission Impossible, Reckoning Part 1.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, I got Hunger Games, Song of Snake and
I
Bird.
didn't get that one either.
We got a new movie coming out called Gran Turismo, based on the video game Gran Turismo.
I think I got that. I don't recall.
That's the one. This kid, he plays the video game, and they have a contest, and the winners go and become actual racers.
Okay.
We got Dune Part 2.
I saw that one.
Fast X.
I got Fast. Oh, dude, I've been seeing Fast X everywhere.
A new Beast Wars trailer.
Yeah.
Elements. A new Indiana Jones trailer, which almost made me cry.
That one people cheered for. I've gone to see Guardians twice, and both times people cheered when
it's gonna be a solid minute. It's probably, I'm not gonna lie, like it's really in the feels for me with Guardians, like hardcore in the feels.
Yeah.
Then my next viewing will be once it comes out and I have either bought it or it is on Disney Plus.
Did you also get Oppenheimer?
No, the last one I got was the Marvels.
Oh yeah, I also got the Marvels. The new Oppenheimer trailer is really good. Shows a lot more of the movie.
They had me hooked on the first trailer. I don't need to know more about Oppenheimer. Like, but oh my gosh, like all of these trailers were just. I wasn't even really thrilled with the ending of Hunger Games. But Jason Schwartzman playing a young Stanley Tucci, you have me on board.
Never seen a single Hunger Games movie.
Oh, Stanley Tucci is primarily why I watch. I love Stanley Tucci.
I know Elizabeth Banks is in it, and I know what's the guy's name? Josh Hutcherson.
Sure, Liam. What's his name?
Hemsworth.
Yep. Stanley Tucci. I mentioned
quick aside, Josh Hutcherson, I know he's like kind of
Futterman.
I think he was like a Disney star, right?
He was a young actor like that.
Yeah.
Something.
And he was in a movie that I love that no one I know has ever heard of or seen, called Detention. That I always talk about this movie. It's a comedy horror movie, starts off as a slasher movie, gets really freaking weird. And
was this a theatrically released or was this a made for TV
I
movie?
have no idea. I've only seen it on I have the DVD. I think somebody had, this was like back when people were still sharing movies like on a server, and I had it on my hard drive for years, and then I just bought the Blu-ray recently because I was like, I need this movie.
The Blu-ray. You bought the Blu-ray. I'm thinking this had to have maybe been an actual theatrically.
Dane Cook is in this movie.
Dane Cook. What year did this movie come out? Detention came out in 2011.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what? I remember seeing the box for this in Blockbuster.
It's fantastic. I love that movie. It's so stupid and so good. And one of the best, like, it takes place in a high school, so of course you're gonna have a prom scene at the end, and the prom scene, the song that plays is so good.
All right, interesting. All of the movies that I saw trailers for, with the exception of Dune, I haven't seen Dune Part 1.
Oh, I really like Dune Part 1.
I have not let this, which is funny though, because it's like the trailer's like, let them like spice flow, and it's all spice flow, and I'm all, oh yeah, I know the gist of the movie. It's all about the spice.
It's all about the spice. And you mentioned Beast Wars or the Transformers.
I call it Beast Wars, but it's Transformers. It's Beast Wars.
But what's the title? What's the name of the movie?
Oh, hold on a second.
I don't even remember.
The official. No, it's Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
Rise of the Beast. There's a line in it that I've seen this trailer like 5 times. I go to the movies a lot, and I've seen this trailer, and every single time I've gone to the movie in the past month, and there's a line that Optimus Prime says, "Let them come." That cracks me up every time, and I start to giggle before the line comes on because I know it's coming.
Because you know,
let them come. You know what, Optimus Prime? Good on you, man.
Good. I am the same way with the Fast X trailer. So my wife cannot take me to Universal Studios on the tour because they have the Fast and the Furious part ride. And I cannot with that nor this trailer because it is so ridiculous. On the Universal Studios ride, a helicopter like hooks on, like harpoons Vin Diesel's car. So Vin Diesel like, or it gets low enough that Vin Diesel jumps out and just jumps on the
Yeah.
helicopter. And I lose it laughing every time. And then in this one, like two helicopters, that's what they do. Two helicopters harpoon him, and he like nosses it and brings the helicopter. And I'm like, get out of here! She can't take. I laugh so hard I lose it because it's just so
I
it's so fucking
I
ridiculous.
just can't believe how many times they say the word family in that trailer. Like it
Family.
started off as like a
Family.
joke, but like now they're leaning into it, I think. And I swear to God, I think they say it like 30 times in that trailer.
Family.
It's all about family.
It's gonna be Groot's new word. So let's get into Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So folks, if you have not seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3, what are you doing with your life? If you do not want the movie spoiled, we are going to be talking about everything that's going on for the next 15 to 20 minutes.
We're going to spoiler country, so buckle up.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Let's start off with I 100% walked into this movie thinking that one, if not more than one person was going to die.
We took bets before the movie. My money was on, I thought Nebula was going to die because I thought, first of all, Rocket was too obvious of a pick because the trailers gave it away. So our joke before seeing the movie was like, you ready to go see Rocket die? Because obviously I did not think that was going to happen. My second bet was on Drax because
my number one bet was on Drax because Batista was so
yes.
like, hey, I'm done.
Yes.
Like, I am done playing Drax. I'm happy with the journey. And I'm just like, bro, they're going to kill him.
Yeah.
And then the day before I saw the movie, I go on Geek Tyrant all the time. And Geek Tyrant had an article that just said Marvel gave James Gunn permission to kill whoever he wanted. So Gunn legitimately just could have killed them all.
Killed them all. Yeah. I was thinking it was going to be maybe more than one. The reason I picked Nebula was because I know the trailer kind of put a lot of emphasis on, Peter Quill is kind of mourning Gamora, but Gamora's back, but it's not the same Gamora. So he's like trying to like rekindle things with this person who doesn't know who he is. I thought maybe there's a chance that they have like a romantic connection and then she gets killed too. I was like, maybe that's the direction this movie will go. But man, what a surprise that no one dies.
Bro, that opening
what a
like
pleasure.
Oh, bro. So happy with
they
that.
could have killed Cosmo. Like they could have killed
they could have killed anybody. I thought they were gonna kill Sean Gunn.
Oh yeah. Kraglin. That would have been that would have been good too. But you know what? A lesser writer would have done any one of those things. James Gunn is a fantastic writer. And this is coming from the guy who wrote Scooby-Doo 2. I think he's an amazing writer. And he did a great job, man.
He just officially announced, I don't know how much you're keeping up on with him in DC, but he has just officially announced that Cosmo is going to be, not Cosmo, Crypto is going to be canon in the new Superman film.
Okay, cool.
So he's just keeping on with dogs in movies, which I love.
Yeah.
Adam Warlock was so good in the way they presented him of he is merely a child, he's not fully grown yet.
Yeah. They could have done a lot with Adam Warlock that would have made me groan, and they did none of it. They used him so well in like sparingly, but also in like good moments where he is this super powerful being. I think he's like one of the strongest characters in the Marvel universe.
Once he comes to full power.
But in this one, he's just a kid. He's kind of whiny. He doesn't really know what he's doing. He's just like, he doesn't want to be here.
He wants the pet. I want it. Like, I have to take you with me or she'd kill you.
Yeah. Oh man. I liked Adam Warlock. I was not looking forward to Adam Warlock being in this movie because of the way he was introduced at the end of volume 2 as being, I thought he was going to be like the next big bad. Thankfully, they didn't do that at all. you know, spoiler alert, but at the end he becomes a Guardian. Like it's pretty great. Like
It's pretty awesome.
yeah.
Just that, man, that whole beginning with him, and then the thing with Rocket. Every time they did a flashback with Rocket, I cried.
Yeah.
Him as a baby, him whenever it's him in the cages with the other animals, I cried.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking. It really, like, they made him so cute, like baby Rocket, just a little baby raccoon in a cage with all his siblings, and just like looking up at the camera with those like glassy eyes. Like he knew what he was doing, and it really just like it works, you know. Like,
bro, it's and that, oh my god.
And I got something to show you, because I got up right before we started recording, and I had to go grab something. Sure. But I don't know if you're a pop figure collector, but I had to have a baby Rocket. It's a little bobblehead.
Oh, that's adorable. Yeah. And but then, oh my god, just everything. Oh, in that movie that they did, the choices that they were making.
Yeah.
I thought for sure that Drax, when Nathan Fillion shoots Drax twice, yeah. I thought Drax was dead.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many choices and so many things, and there are apparently a ton of cameos.
Yeah.
Like, more cameos than I realized. I know that Miley Cyrus was replaced with Tara Strong.
Yes, Tara Strong did the voice of the floating robot head.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his
name. I know that Pete Davidson has a cameo as one of the aliens.
Yes, we thought that he was the alien that you just said his name, Firefly, Nathan Fillion. When he says, "Oh, I got one of those guys," I thought that was him, but then I looked it up, and he's one of the guys in the spaceship near the end that, like, Peter Quill's running to go. He's going somewhere, and they like stop him, and he goes, "Hey, you can kill me, but that's going to stop you from getting off this ship." Pete Davidson is one of those guys.
Oh,
he's wearing like a head.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know that. Yeah, James Gunn loves with all of that. He also said that you're definitely going to see a couple Guardian people in like his upcoming DC movies, which makes me happy. I'm assuming he's definitely bringing Batista with him.
So speaking of cameos, he brought in some people from, like, you know, other than Pete Davidson. He brought in Daniela Melchior, I think her name is, the rat catcher from the Suicide Squad.
Oh, okay.
She plays the I don't remember what color she is. She's the girl that they hold hostage in the.
Oh, okay. Know exactly who you're talking about. They bring in the blonde from Peacekeeper.
Yes, that's his wife, Jennifer.
Wait, that's James
Gunn's wife.
Gunn's wife.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, she's in it.
Did not know that.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion.
There's a couple. It's a slew of cameos, man.
So many, and you know, I was surprised. I thought that they had pitched up Bradley Cooper's voice for Young Rocket, but it turns out it was Sean Gunn doing the voice for Young Rocket.
Hey, look at him doing the stand-in for Rocket, the voice for Young Rocket.
Yeah, and I watched a thing too that they filmed all the Young Rocket scenes first because of the process to do the CGI for that, because it looked so good. It took so long to do, so they had to do all that first.
Sure.
So, like, you know, not to like other MCU movies where they just shoot everything and then just say, "Hey, you VFX guys, deal with it." Like,
oh no, James Gunn, he went out with a fucking blast. Like,
he
put everything on the board. Like,
and for this to come out after Quantumania, which was such a disappointment in a lot of different ways.
I really liked Quantumania.
Quantumania was fine in my opinion, but it had like so much bad CGI, bad editing, bad choices. Like, I thought it was such a rush job. I feel like this just completely turns around MCU.
Sure.
I felt like this was like a huge improvement over that, which was clearly like there's stories about VFX artists being pulled off of Quantumania to work on Wakanda Forever, and then they had no time to finish a lot of shots in Quantumania. Whereas James Gunn's like, he just has like, you know, he got things done the right way.
He's got a full team that just that are just purely reliable to him. Like,
and he just didn't. He like I heard stories of Quantumania where they just shot scenes that had no idea like what it was going to be, and then like you can see that in a lot of side characters too. There's side characters that just come in and then they're gone for the rest of the movie, and they show up at the end.
Like Bill Murray,
Oh
Bill
god,
Murray just randomly shows up.
he
I
was
love
like,
his character; it was hilarious.
I like his character, but he like clearly it seemed like he wasn't even on set. They probably filmed his stuff all separately. Like it's just a lot of those.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoyed Quantumania.
Yeah.
I see, and see, this is where we reverse because I enjoyed it so much more than Multiverse of Madness.
See, and I love Multiverse.
And that's what I'm saying is I know you love Multiverse of Madness. Wife still hasn't seen it, so when she rewatches it, I may sit down and try and watch it a second time.
Watch it on Disney Plus. It's if you look at it as a horror movie, it's really great.
But like I get it. It's Raimi. I understand Raimi's style. It's not the vision for once again going because I know we've talked about this before, but it's not the visuals. It's not the artistic direction. It's the story. It's the story itself and the choices that they decide to make in this movie that will impact the future of the MCU. It's the bringing in random things. There's just so much that I felt the movie had so much potential to give us, and like we've talked about it before. Like I know you loved it, but like just the whole Illuminati scene, I feel that we could have gotten so much more from that.
I loved it.
that whole scene just completely turned me off from the entire film.
I love that
because I was just so jazzed. I was so jazzed up. It's the exact same reason why I dislike the Suicide Squad. You have such a great cast. No, and see, here's the thing: when it comes to that, they did such a big buildup and such a big showcasing at Comic-Con of here's our big cast, here's everybody we have,
and then they kill them all.
I hated it.
Let
alone the fact that they bring like one of my favorite people of the Suicide Squad is Captain Boomerang. Loved him on Flash, loved him in the movies. To bring him back just to fucking kill him, could have killed everybody else, kept him alive, and put him with the rest of the thing, and it would have been fine. There are a handful of decisions. Once again, it's the decisions in the story that I did not like.
Sure.
Like the Suicide Squad, great artistic film, great shots, great cinematic, great all of that. Just certain choices that are made that I don't like. I understand they are called the Suicide Squad. I understand the whole point is to kill them. But don't do this great story arc for Polka Dot Man. Have him be like, I'm a fucking superhero. And then kill him. No, because he's such a good character that you can throw in other movies and you kill him in the next one. He's the Captain Boomerang of this one. You keep him alive and you kill him in the next one. Because you know they're going to do another stupid fucking Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah, probably. I hope
probably.
So. I liked it a lot. I
know you did.
But going back to Guardians 3,
we get our first official F-bomb in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And Quill gets to say it, which is great. And it came so like naturally. I saw some people online saying that like, oh, this movie wasn't appropriate for kids. There's like animal abuse, there's torture, and there's an F-bomb. I'm like,
it's a PG-13. Like it's a PG-13 film. You're allowed to do it. Yeah,
plenty of PG-13.
You can technically get away with 2.
Oh, okay.
In a PG-13. Yeah.
Do you remember the line from Be Cool?
I do not remember the line.
There's a scene in Be Cool where there's
is Be Cool PG-13.
PG-13.
That is crazy because Get Shorty is fucking R.
And so they're driving a car, and he says something like, in the PG-13 movies, you're only allowed one use of the F word. You know what I have to say to that? Fuck that. It always sticks with me. Like I always remember that.
That's funny. No, I remember Be Cool. I was working in a theater when Be Cool came out. Man, that I laughed so hard with open the fucking door.
Which apparently a lot of that was improv of the day.
Really?
It wasn't a scene that was written. No, it was like James Gunn has this thing where they'll film a scene or they'll just like do whatever, and he'll just be on the megaphone like, hey, say this. He told Sylvester Stallone to say like, all right, I got to go take a shit. And then Sylvester Stallone says, I'm not going to say that. What? I'm going to go take a shit? And James goes like, you said it. We got Sylvester Stallone to say it.
That's fucking hilarious. Now let's get to the one thing
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
just
You told me before we started that there's one thing and I was trying to guess what it was going to be, and we'll see if I'm right.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Oh, I love that. I love that part.
Now it's so fucking out of left field. Now, did you understand
Yes.
why suddenly
Yes.
Groot said I love you guys?
Yes, because we are now, the audience can now understand him, just like Gamora did. Because Gamora makes a point the whole movie saying like, what do you mean? Like, he's just saying I am Groot. And then at the end, like, he says something and she goes like, oh yeah, like, and she understands what he's saying. Now we as the audience are now part of his family and we understand what he's saying now.
I swear to God, Ryan, if in the next movie he's like, hey, you guys, I was thinking we should go over that way, I'm going to be so upset. If this is a window to just let Vin Diesel talk, I'm going to be furious.
And I did
furious.
In the mid-credit scene, Groot is in it, but I don't think he says anything. And I kind of hope that he did, because if it went back to saying I am Groot, then I'd be like, okay, cool. Like, we got the one, we got to hear him once, and then that goes back to him. But like, I don't know. I liked how they set it up though. Like they did like kind of bring you along the ride. I must have missed
Gamora acknowledging, because I think it would have been. I was thinking about it because I was laughing so fucking hard in the theater when he's just like, "I love you guys." Oh, I laughed so hard that I literally was chuckling, looking to the ceiling. I was laughing so hard. So they must have done something, because I just looked at Tiffany today and I was like, they should have been like, Gamora should have been like had this look, and Peter been like, see, now you understand him.
Yeah.
Like, well, they needed more. They needed more than just whatever they gave us, because for me, it was him randomly saying, I love you guys. And I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. I don't know. I was already in like tears at that point, so it didn't affect me that way.
When they made us think that they were gonna kill Peter.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So there are three solid characters that they make you think are gonna die in this movie. They make you think Rocket's gonna die. They make you think Drax is gonna die. They make you think that Peter is going to die. And bro, they even have Peter's face like expand puffy. I'm like, I'm sitting there in the theater almost in tears, like, are they really about to do this? Because he wanted his fucking Zune.
Yep.
But because you were saying goodbye to Star-Lord, but we're not.
Right.
Because according to the post-credit scene, Star-Lord will return. I still stand by my thing of I really don't like a lot of the throwaway post-credit scenes.
Okay.
I did not. This post-credit scene, was not a fan of it. I think there were better choices that they could have given us, because Guardians of the Galaxy 2 had 3 post-credit scenes, had 2 mid-credits and 1 post-credit. And I would have switched those, because the post-credit is Stan Lee being acknowledged as a watcher.
Right.
And I would have switched that with the Adam Warlock.
Right.
And I just didn't care. If you're going to give me a post-credit, if you're going to give me a stinger, some people call them, like, make it worth my while.
Mm-hmm.
Make it something that I'm either going to like seriously chuckle, like belly laugh at, or something serious that's going to set us up for something in the future.
For sure.
That's just me, though. I don't know how you felt about they come by on a tour and I don't know why they have to watch a 40-year-old man mow a yard.
Yeah, when we left the theater, I actually asked my friend, what were they talking about at the end? I kind of missed it, maybe. I was like, did they say anything important? She's like, no, they were just talking about mowing the lawn. I was like, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's just like such a throwaway. It's like the Flash showing up. in Justice League. Oh, Martha's Lois. It's Lois. Um, Speaking of the Flash, are you excited for the DC Flash movie coming out?
Not really, but I'll probably see it. What I really So that's the difference, I think, between like a movie like Guardians and like DC. In the trailer, there's a shot of Michael Keaton, and he goes, you want to get crazy? Or you want to go nuts?
You want to get nuts?
Let's go nuts. And it's like it's so dramatic, and like this camera slowly pushing in, and I just roll my eyes. I'm just like, I remember when he said that in the other
Batman.
movie,
And that I'm not gonna lie, that's what bums me out, because in my head this entire time, I think they missed a real opportunity, because this movie is supposed to be Flashpoint.
right.
That's what this movie is supposed to be. In Flashpoint, Bruce Wayne does not exist.
Right.
In Flashpoint, Bruce is the one that is killed. Thomas becomes Batman. Martha becomes the Joker. Fucking spectacular.
Very
that for
cool
me,
story. Yeah.
chef's kiss. This whole time I've been watching the trailer and I'm like, let Keaton be fucking Thomas. Let Keaton be Thomas. Let Keaton be. And then they give us the, you want to get nuts. And in that same trailer, he's like, my parents died. And I'm like, get out of here. It's not Flashpoint then.
Yeah, it's not Flashpoint, and I can't wait to see what James Gunn does with DC, because so far the only movies I've liked from DC have been like The Suicide Squad. I like the first Shazam. I haven't seen the second Shazam.
Second Shazam was cute. It wasn't as good as the first, but I enjoyed it.
I just heard there's like a huge thing with Skittles in it, and I was like, what? Like Taste the Rainbow.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, what are they doing?
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, fucking hilarious.
All right, I'll watch it at some point, but I really don't like. Okay, I'll give you an example, right? So in Guardians 3, the whole time Peter Quill's saying like, it's not a trap, it's a face-off, and he says it like 3 times. And he never really explains what he means, but then like you kind of get, oh, face off, but like nobody turns to each other and says, oh, face off. Whereas in a DC movie, they would have all looked at each other and be like, that's what he meant. You know what I mean? Like that's what they would have done in DC. And I see the trailer for Flash, and I'm like, man, people have been waiting so long for a Flash movie, and it's going to come, and it might be good, but like I'm just really I'm going to set my bar so low.
Yeah. The only thing that would make me extremely ecstatic for it is if the whole movie happens and then Ezra Miller is standing there as Barry Allen, and then he goes, what's this happening, and then he starts shaking, and then he turns into the Barry Allen from the TV show. And he is officially replaced in the DCU.
Yeah, they're pretty crazy, man. I followed a lot of the things that they're up to, and I just I can't believe that DC is continuing with the movie, but it's gonna make a lot of money. So Michael Keaton's there, they got Supergirl there. Whatever, it's gonna be very interesting. Is there anything else though that you really would like to speak about Guardians? Yeah, I wish they would have used more Cosmo. I really like Cosmo as a character.
Let's get into Cosmo really quick and the continuous bad dog bit.
I loved it so much.
I cried for that when Sean Gunn is like, because she's a good girl. Like, boom. Like, even thinking about it now, just because I love my dogs.
Did you notice? So Cosmo jumps up and licks his face, and it's so clear that the tongue is CGI. It's like a huge tongue that's like licking his face. And I was like, that's the only part of bad CGI I've seen in this movie.
No, I didn't even notice that.
But I loved that when they're playing poker, and she goes, one thing that the Russians did is they sent me into space, but they never called me a bad dog. They sent me into space to die, but they didn't call me a bad dog.
The little callbacks in that circle, because like one of the people playing is the diamond dealer from the first Guardians movie.
Yep.
Like, it's so, man, this movie is so good.
Another thing real quick is I thought that every James Gunn movie had a cameo from Steve Agee, and this one I don't think did. And I kept looking. I was like, "Where's Steve Agee? Where's Steve Agee? He's not here." Like, yeah, I guess he was killed in the last one, but didn't stop Michael Rooker from making a cameo.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. I'll have to. It's like what's his name with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, Ryan Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan Johnson.
But one thing that stayed consistent is Rooker. Michael Rooker is still in this one, so for every second he's in it.
He is in it. Oh, and what a good man! What a good scene. Another scene that brought tears to my eyes. Like, there's just so much good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's really heartbreaking, and I don't know if I could watch it a second time. I really want to go watch John Wick 4 again.
Isn't it 4 hours long?
It's like 3.5, but it's. Yeah. Have you seen it yet?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, have you seen the other John Wicks?
Yes, I've seen the other John Wicks. I love them.
I highly recommend you check this one out in the theater with as much as you go. I highly recommend checking out before they leave. There is this great like third person overhead shot in like a warehouse building that's a couple minutes long. Fuck it. Donnie Yen is amazing as always. No, like just the action, the story, it's absolutely spectacular. I would highly recommend checking it out.
Yeah, I want to see it. I couldn't find anybody to go with me, and I've gone to movies alone before, but for whatever reason, I just didn't really have the pool. Like it's hard to justify sitting in a theater for 3.5 hours for me. That's the reason I didn't go see Avatar. I did, however, go see Beau is Afraid, which I loved, but that's a 3-hour movie, and I had people that wanted to go see it, so it was. I'm thinking about going to see John Wick 4 again. I thought it was really good. Yeah, I want to see it for sure.
Other than that, as we do come to a close, anything else that from Guardians you particularly do want to talk about?
Yes, keep it coming. So a lot of the things that happened on Counter Earth were really funny, especially with the Statue of Liberty being the what's the bad guy's name?
The bad guy. That's the asshole.
He's something to do with high evolutionary.
Sure.
And he is also, we gotta say, like probably one of the best Marvel villains.
He is the worst Marvel, and you have to think that we haven't seen the last of him.
Yeah, he doesn't die on screen,
Well, the thing is clones, right? That was like part of the things that he was dealing with was proverbial cloning.
Yeah, and it's not like he had like crazy powers. Like he had that suit that could control gravity, which is kind of scary. But like, I would like to see him show up. I really I love that Rocket didn't kill him, even though it's like I'm gonna leave him to die on this exploding spaceship. But Rocket's like, I'm a guardian of the galaxy. I'm not gonna kill this piece of trash, even though he's killed so many people.
And we do get officially. Because he keeps calling him like C3814, and he's like, I'm Rocket the raccoon.
Yeah, which I have to think like maybe he just didn't know what a raccoon was like this whole time. Like,
yeah, because for 2 movies they're calling him, I'm not a raccoon. I'm me, and there's nothing else like me, which is true. There were no other animals that were like that with raccoons.
Yeah. So on Counter Earth, which by the way, horrifying when they start blowing up a planet. They kill. When people say like, "Oh, this wasn't appropriate for children," I was like, I kind of believe like that scene where there's like a family on the lawn and they just blow up.
Oh, they just blow up. Oh my god!
Like
I have to think that the husband. I want to look into it but I'm calling right now. The husband of the house that they go into, that's Polka Dot Man. I'm gonna say right now that's David. Look at the hair. Yeah. Look at the hair that the guy has, and it's essentially his hair.
It could be him. I didn't look it up to see who that is.
But
oh that was great.
Just the scene of everyone blowing up. You get that Paris Hilton looking actress, Adam Warlock's mom.
Oh yeah, she was pretty good. I really liked her.
She blows up.
Yeah.
Which really surprised me.
One thing that was hilarious to me is so I went the first time to this movie with my friend Liz, who's a huge she just knows a lot of Japanese culture stuff. And the song that's playing when they go into that family's house is an artist called Hatsune Miku, who is a Vocaloid artist. Which, did you know what Vocaloid is?
No.
So it's an artist that doesn't exist. It's they use some program to make a voice, like an anime girl voice from a program. So it's not a real
Wow.
singer, but their songs are super popular. And the song that they're listening to when they go and they turn off the radio is a Hatsune Miku song. And it's really bizarre. And she turns to me, she says, were they playing a Vocaloid right now? Like, that's Hatsune Miku. She knew immediately the song, who it was. Like,
That's funny.
Fake anime artist. Like, it's so crazy to me. And then I looked it up on the soundtrack, and it's Hatsune Miku. And you got to listen to that song. It's really bizarre. It's all about like animal noise, which makes sense. Like, it's
sure, because they're animals.
They're animals, and they're listening to. But it's just funny, like, to think that these animals have evolved to a point where they have Vocaloid artists on this counter Earth.
Well, you have to think that in that scenario, it might not be a Vocaloid singer. It might just be It might just be a representative of like a popular art. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, any other person that doesn't every other person in that theater was like, "Who's that K-pop artist?" That's like what's. Like, you know, they're not going to know that it's an AI sing, that it's not a real person. No one's going to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So anyone else that
I wouldn't have known. You know, I would have
100%.
had no idea.
So,
but speaking of the soundtrack, though, I have been listening to the soundtrack on repeat since I got out of the first time of the movie. I've been listening to it while I cook. I listen to it, you know, while I'm working. And every single time Since You've Been Gone comes on by Rainbow. And I have to imagine James Gunn going into the Kevin Feige or whoever at Marvel being like, all right, we got this new Guardians movie coming out. We're going to make a trailer for it. The main song this time, you know, we did Redbone before. We did The Chain by Fleetwood Mac. I want to do Since You've Been Gone. And they go, oh, fuck yeah. Kelly Clarkson? That's going to be great. And he goes, no. The Rainbow song. What? And that song, every time it comes on, I tear up. I'm cooking eggs in the morning. I'm listening to it. And Since You've Been Gone. Oh man,
I tear. The first trailer they put out, the song they play with it, I just tears, bro.
Yeah, it's so good. Oh man, and I've been listening to it nonstop. I love that they had Redbone at the end. They brought it back around to that song. I can't remember the name of it right now. The Redbone song.
Yeah,
but
it's Come and Get Your Love, right?
Yeah, Come and Get Your Love. Yeah. So good. I love that all three of these movies have just had killer soundtracks.
Yeah, I love they got the Beastie Boys on this one.
Yeah, which is funny because have you seen the Mario movie?
I have.
Yeah, they had Beastie Boys on that one too. I was like, interesting, and I was kind of waiting for this movie to have Holding Out for a Hero, because every other movie has been using that damn song in their movies lately.
But man, Guardians was so good. Ryan, if you were to rate this movie out of 10, what would you give it?
Easily, I think I gave it a 4.5 stars on Letterboxd. I give it a 9.
Oh yeah, let's go ahead. We'll go out of 5. That's fine. So 4
out of 5, 4.5 out of 5, 9 out of 10. Great movie, perfect send off to the Guardians. I like it more than Guardians 1 at this point. I've only seen it twice. I've seen the first Guardians movie like 10 times, so we'll see how it goes with time. I love it.
Are you excited for the new team of Guardians that we have? Because I had a guest on, and funny enough, it was for Quantumania, that put this great scenario out that they're calling this phase, I believe, 5, right?
Right.
In reality, they should just call it phase 1. Because we are really restarting. We're doing a lot of new origin stories to build up these new people. You have Shang-Chi, you have all of these other people, and then you have the end of this, which is now the beginning of the new Guardians, which Rocket is going to be, you know, the leader of.
And I have to imagine, so they're going to be coming out with the Kang Dynasty Avengers movie soon. I have to imagine that with all the variations in time and all that stuff that they've been doing, they got to do some big reset or something. You know, they got to, if they're trying to compete with Thanos snapping and erasing half the galaxy, you know, or half the universe.
But that's the thing, is we're starting back at the beginning.
Right.
So it's going to be another 5 years, 10 years before we get you know, you can have an Avengers movie. Look at the buildup that we had for Avengers.
Right.
You had Avengers, you had Age of Ultron,
Mm-hmm.
you had what, then Endgame, or Infinity Wars, then Endgame, right?
And I always get confused. I always want to count Civil War in that, but that's a Captain America movie.
That's the best Captain America movie. My opinion, best Captain America movie.
Agreed.
So in reality, they're calling it Phase 5. Should have just been honest with everyone and gone, hey guys, we're going back to Phase 1. We are restarting stuff. Phase 2, Phase 3. You know what I mean? Because you can call it Phase 5, but people are wanting that explosive energy to come on out. When we have such a big buildup, especially with people that haven't even been introduced, that I'm just so excited for. We have the Blade movie that's coming out at some point, and he is semi-introduced in the internals.
He has like an end credit sequence.
Yeah, but you don't see him. You just hear him. I'm just so excited with everything that Marvel is doing and everything they're bringing. I'm even excited for DC. I just love movies in general. So if people want to find you, if you want to be found, where can you be found?
Nowhere really. I mean, I have a SoundCloud. It's like some old songs of mine.
Okay.
SoundCloud.com/ I think it's Ryan the Robot. I'm usually Ryan the Robot on everything. So
excellent. Well, Ryan, thank you so much for coming on today. Definitely want to get you back on for a draft.
Dude, I told you before the show, I joined a movie club in my neighborhood that we meet once every 2 weeks, and we've been watching some great stuff. I was kind of losing it a bit. Like I do go to the theater a lot, but I haven't watched there's a lot of old movies I haven't seen that I want to watch, but no one ever wants to like have a movie night, you know. But now I have like a club where it's like, okay, this is the movie we're watching. We're going to talk about it. And it's great just to like sit around a table. Everyone gets their turn. I take notes on the movie. It's really fun. I recommend anybody like start a movie club, you know, talk about movies, go see more movies. I love them.
There you go. Ryan, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah.
Thanks. I look forward to having you on the next time.
Let's play a game next time so that you can win. You can beat me as you always do.
I love it. We'll definitely get you back on for another one. And ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of The Last Podcast You'd Want. And until next time, tip the veal, try the staff. We'll see you then.